The relationship between BABSI CLE and UNDP Myanmar began in early 2013 when there was a large coming together of a range of actors interested in supporting rule of law work with the Attorney General's office in Naypyidaw, the capital. And BABSI CLE and Bruce Lasky, as one of the leading figures, was invited as one of the experts to come and talk about similar work that had been done in the region. And that's really what started the relationship here in Myanmar and opened the door to the beginnings of a clinical legal education program.
My name is Bruce Lasky, and I'm one of the co-founders and co-directors of the organization Bridges Across Borders Southeast Asia Community Legal Education Initiative. It's a long name, so we call ourselves BABSI CLE, or some people refer to us as BABSICLE. And we're an access to justice legal education organization. We were initially invited in by the United Nations Development Program to speak with some of the university partners that we have now about clinical education. And I would say from the beginning, from the first meeting we had with them, we could see the eagerness and the real driving force for them to want to take these programs on.
So the project management team was something that came together once we identified the need to do some work in Myanmar as part of BABSI CLE's program. We had worked with DLA Piper before in developing some ethics and professional responsibility curriculum materials, and as part of the project management team, we again came together to work on the projects in Myanmar. And the project management team involves now sort of regular updates on the activities in Myanmar.
And we made a plan. We made a plan with your Ministry of Education, with UNDP and others, to how to help to build these clinical programs, not just at one university, but across your nation. And we said, look, we can't just do this in Yangon, and we can't just do this in Mandalay. And at the time, many people, that was the focus. They said, oh, if you want to work with universities, Yangon. You want to work with universities, Mandalay. But we knew so many other universities around your country, Key, Sitwe, Tangu, Machina, all over, wanted these programs, and wanted these programs strong. It's a beginning of a formal partnership.
CLE program signed MOU most of our university all over Myanmar, and we cannot stay a little longer at one university. So it's will be influenced if CLE program train all 18 universities of Myanmar. It will be okay, and it will be improved.
Chiang Mai, I learned so many things. And the first one is how to draw the work plan, and then how to plan the street law type community teaching clinic, and how to implement the community teaching clinic in our university. For example, how to choose the site for community teaching, how to draw the lesson plan based on the community teaching, and how to research the related law. And then I learned each and every step of the mock trial in detail. And then I learned how to write the program proposal for the project.
I think it's important all over the world, legal education and making opportunities for students to learn by doing. I think this is something that law schools all over the world are trying to do better, because traditionally law school has been taught either in lecture or a Socratic method, and students learn best to be lawyers by doing and practicing lawyering skills. So I think the work here is so important, and the universities and law departments here are just starting to explore this area. So there's a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of interest in how to integrate these programs with the legal education system here.
In the first pro bono conference, I promised I will live with pro bono for the rest of my life. Now, I want to promise again, I will do the pro bono work to the best of my ability with the cooperation of the Bar Association for the rest of my life. Thank you for attention.
It's critical for lawyers, law students, and lecturers to learn about monitoring and evaluation, because it's likely that they're doing incredible work at their university with their clinics and their CLE programs. And one of the things that we want to do is ensure that CLE is present in the future and going forward. And one of the best ways to do that is to gather data about the impact of the CLE programs and projects, so that they can prove how intrinsically valuable they are, not only to the university but to the communities that they serve, and also the value in the law students and the law lecturers having a chance to actually practice lawyering skills and also learn student-centered teaching methodologies.
It's very important in developing rule of law across the country to take a comprehensive approach. Legal education is one of the components of building up the justice system as a whole. Institutional development is another part of that, reforming the legal framework is another one, but really working on legal education in the universities and starting to introduce the idea of clinical legal skills and a focus on service, justice as a service, by future lawyers is an important piece of that broader puzzle.
We want the students and the teachers to go to the community because our people, they also want it. There are very few people of our organization giving legal knowledge to the community. Our people needs a lot of legal knowledge. They don't even know that they have a right of private defense.
I've been fortunate that I've been able to participate in 3 national events in Myanmar at this time. I participated in the summer school in Taungji in 2014, where we initially met the teachers and began the process of teaching them lesson plans and the idea of CLE education. I participated in the mock trial event last year in 2015, and of course I'm here at the mock trial event this year. I've seen incredible progress over the last 2 years in terms of the teachers' abilities to teach these lesson plans, and it's reflected in the students and their ability to participate in these mock trials and their skill levels in these mock trials. And although we have different students last year from this year, it's very clear that the education that they've received over the last year has been at a much higher level because they're doing things this year, for example, more direct examination, more objecting, which are some of the lesson plans that have been taught. So that's a perfect demonstration of the teachers bringing these skills and this clinical legal education to their schools, and the students bringing it to this mock trial event and applying it in a very effective way.
If I have to compare this year's CLE mock trial with the last year, I could say there has been a lot of improvements because last year there wasn't any bonus rounds. So last year participants only have the chance to participate only one time if they didn't advance to the next round. But this year, each and every participant had the chance to participate 2 times, which I think it is a very good experience to act as a witness and as both advocates. So yeah. Participants learned a lot of things about the mock trial and about the rule of law, fair and justice. It's put into from the different perspective because what I've seen is like these students, these participants have never actually been in touch with such kind of thing. They don't really know what mock trial is all about. This is all new experience and it's very interactive and fun. So I think the students learn a lot of things from this program.
And by implementing the CLE program in Myanmar, for example, mock trial program, students can learn in the school by the lawyer skill and legal ethics and professional responsibility. And by implementing the community teaching program in our country, students can apply the lesson in the community, can share their knowledge to the community, and the law school have an opportunity to link the community.
Their parents are poor and they don't afford for their education, and so they come and teach in this monastery for free. So we want to share the knowledge that they haven't known yet. That's why. Okay. ဒီစီစဉ်တက်ရောက်ပြီးတော့ပေါ့နော်တက်ရောက်ပြီးတော့အန်ဒီရဲ့ဝန်းကျင်မှာရှိတဲ့အခြားသောသူတွေရောအန်ဒီရဲ့အတွေ့အကြုံတွေလုပ်ခဲ့ရတယ်ကိုလက်ဆင့်ကမ်းပြီးတော့ဝင်းမြတ်ပြင်ပါကလေးတွေပညာရေးကဒီတဲ့မြန်မာလာမှာနိုင်ငံတော်ကြီးလဲမြန်မာပြီးတော့ပညာရေးနဲ့နိုင်ငံတော်တိဆောက်မှလည်းဖြစ်ပါလေဟုတ်ကဲ့ရှင်ဟုတ်နော်ဟုတ်ကဲ့ဝမ်းသာပါဒီစီစဉ်တော်တော်ဝမ်းသာဟုတ်ကဲ့ဝမ်းမြောက်တယ်တကယ်လဲလက်ဆင့်ကမ်းပေးမှာပါဟုတ်ကဲ့ပါကိုတက်နိုင်တဲ့နေရာနေတက်နိုင်တဲ့အားနဲ့ပေါ့နော်ဟုတ်ကဲ့ဟုတ်ကျေးဇူးတင်ပါတယ်ဟုတ်ကဲ့ကျေးဇူးတင်ပါတယ်အားလုံးကျေးဇူးတင်ပါတယ်ကြောက်အန်ဒီတို့သားသမီးတွေအတွက်တရောပေါ့နော်ဘေးမိသားစုအတွက်ဘေးမှာအခက်အခဲဖြစ်ခိုင်လဲကူညီလို့ရအောင်ပြောပြတတ်အောင်လို့လာပြီးနားထောင်တယ်
What we have to do is reinforce, reinforce, reinforce. And from my perspective, I worry about that a bit because I think a lot of the international organisations that provide the funds are looking for new and different things to do all the time. And doing the same thing until it's embedded and understood and a part of the culture is not so sexy and exciting as coming up with a new idea. I think people in the important positions who control the funding of these programs have got to be prepared to see that they are long-term programs. They're not short-term hits. Short-term hits can get great headlines, but they don't embed the changes that are necessary. And I think it needs that commitment, it needs that patience, it needs that understanding. You know, we're not here to feel good for a moment. We're really here to help people for the future.
After doing this more than 10 years, we see all over the world, we see the former students. Now they become teachers, and they become judges, and they become lawyers, advocates, and doing other things, and really, really making a very positive difference in the world.